Last Sunday was my 3-year anniversary of being a vegetarian. Yay! So I thought I'd just tell you about why I'm vegetarian and why I think that's a good thing and what I think other people could do. I started being a vegetarian 3 years ago on November the 15th, and to be fair, I didn't eat that much meat before that. I think I started about a year before becoming vegetarian to think about it more and to try to eat less meat. So I think our family eats meat at about once a week, maybe more, maybe less. It always depends. But we all think that it's important that we take a look at where it's from and under which conditions these animals lived and stuff like this. And my parents still do this. But yeah, as I said, I've become a vegetarian mainly because I think that we are living beings of this earth as well as any other animal. So we are all kind of part of the same, we're the same group, we're on the same side. We're all living and breathing beings of this earth, and I think that even though you could say like some animals eat other animals and stuff, I feel like we as beings of this earth shouldn't decide over the life of other beings of this earth. We shouldn't decide whether they live or not, and especially not under which conditions these other living beings of this earth live. As I said, before becoming a vegetarian, I already thought about this and I already tried to eat less meat and like meat from smaller farms, for example, or meat where I knew that the animals weren't treated as shit, basically. But even though that is a good step, and I respect if people do that, and I think it's great if people do that, and if you have the possibility, it's awesome if you like only eat meat from, I don't know, a local farm or something like this. That's a good step. That might be enough for you. And yeah, as I said, there are animals eating and killing other animals in nature. So you might argue that eating other living beings is normal, and I understand that argument. But I just thought, even if I try to focus on eating like good meat, I still can't be sure if it really is good and if these animals really had a life under good conditions, unless like I visit the place where they live weekly and see myself if they're having a good life. But I can't really be sure of that. So yeah, I became vegetarian, and I have to say it was easier than I thought. In the beginning, of course, I often thought, oh, I'd like to have some meat now, I'd like to eat like some chicken or something, especially because I really like the taste of meat, and especially chicken, I have to say. And I do still get these moments where I think I'd really like to have a piece of meat, a bit of chicken with my, I don't know, noodles or something. I still get these moments, but there are very few moments of this. And I have to say, if you're thinking about becoming a vegetarian, as I said, in the beginning it can be quite difficult, and to be honest, you sometimes forget that you thought about doing it. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I guess, becoming a vegetarian is a rule you make for yourself. It's something you decide yourself, and therefore, in my opinion, you can change the rules however you want to. You can say, I only eat like meat once a week. You can say I eat fish. You can say I eat chicken but nothing else. You can also say, I'm trying to become a vegetarian, so I try to eat no meat at all, maybe also no fish at all, that's what I do. But whenever you feel like you really crave some chicken right now, you can say, yeah, okay, this time, and then next time I won't. So it's a rule you make for yourself. You can change it up a bit if you want to, and if you don't feel good with it. So yeah, I think you shouldn't not become a vegetarian only because you think you couldn't handle it, but you could, yeah, as I said, become a vegetarian and maybe change it up a bit, and maybe say you're like a part-time vegetarian. There are all these things. You can always decide how much you want to eat and whether you want to eat any meat at all. It's all your decision, it's all up to you, so you don't have to like stick to these rules that others stick to because it's what the others do. It's not what you do. You can decide for yourself. Same as with becoming vegan. I recently thought about becoming vegan because it would be the right consequence of not wanting to decide over someone else's life. Because, yeah, drinking milk is the decision to keep cows and to get the milk from them, and eating eggs is the decision to take away the eggs from the chicken, basically. So it's also deciding over someone else's life. So it would be the right consequence to become a vegan for me personally, but it's something I know I couldn't stick to. So yeah, this is also something where I'm trying to eat. For example, I'm trying to eat only eggs that are from farmers, or that are under good conditions, so to say. So this is something where I'm trying to improve, and I am still thinking about becoming vegan, or taking small steps to becoming vegan. But just because I really love eating eggs and drinking milk and eating yogurt and all this stuff, it would be quite a big change for me personally. So it's something that I have to consider longer, and yeah, as I said, I'm trying to take smaller steps into becoming vegan. And I'm trying to, like, when I go around the supermarket and I see something that's claimed as vegan and that's like marketed as vegan, I'm trying that out, and I'm eating that instead of something that isn't vegan, just to see if I could do it, if I could stick to that. Yeah, as I said, I just recently started that, but I hope it will work. My goal is to be full vegan in a year. We'll see if that works. Yeah, but basically, yeah, as I said, you don't have to like stick to rules someone else makes. You can always decide what you want to do, but just think about it. As I said, we are all living beings of this earth, so yeah, I would like for you to think about it, to just consider it. Yeah, but also I won't blame anyone who doesn't want to become vegetarian. It's totally fine, it's all up to you. Just, just think about it. It's not that hard. There are loads of things you can eat. There are also loads of like products that replace meat that are really good and that taste really good. You don't have to eat them. You can. There's so many opportunities, so many possibilities, and yeah, it's not that hard. So for me personally, I've come to the point now after 3 years where I actually forget that some people eat meat. It's really, it's kind of stupid, I have to say, but it's just not a part of my life anymore, and I really don't miss it most of the time. As I said, there are these moments, but most of the time I totally don't miss it. I actually really don't think about it at all, and as I said, I sometimes even forget that eating meat is a normal thing to do. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. If you want to, you can like give it a thumbs up or like leave me a comment down below telling me about your vegetarian story or vegan story. Maybe just talk about it, talk about your consideration. So yeah, think of something to smile for every day, be nice to humans and animals, and I will see you next week. Goodbye!